What's good everyone, welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to share with you guys how I took this gold short from 1944s all the way down to the 1920s. If this intrigues you, do wait to find out how I found this trade. So anyway, looking on the daily time frame, I shared in my free Telegram group. The link is down in the description down below if you're interested to find out. Okay, I shared it about 2 to 3 weeks back when gold was around this area, about the 1890s. I was anticipating a huge pullback on gold at least to 1920s or even higher to 1940s because of a few reasons. Because when price was over here, gold already took out previous liquidity areas, alright, this sell side liquidity, plus it took out support. So of course, price after taking out an important level, it will look for a pullback zone. And that is why I was anticipating 1920s at least or 1940s. And I was also looking for a long at 1860s to 1870s, depending on what comes first. Alright, so I'm planning for both sides. Why I was looking to long over here was because it will fill the entire weekly efficiency over here, inefficiency around this area, and then I'll look to long, or I'll look to short at previous lower high on the daily chart. That is where I think there's high probability and there's a good risk to reward to short over at this area. So eventually price did what I anticipated after about 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, I stayed patient. I waited for price to enter my area of interest, which was the 1940s. I had an alert set here, so once it hit there, I was looking at the charts for an entry. But do note that we should not enter a trade right when price hits our area of interest. We got to wait for a break of structure or something equivalent, then you enter a trade. If not, you're just praying that price reacts at this level and pushes down. So what I mean is, once your alert has been hit, do not enter right away. Look for a structure change like what I did over here. I'll mention it. I will share with you guys how I look for this trade later. But yeah, okay. So this is on the daily chart. Price can move a lot within the day itself. So you got to zoom in into a lower time frame. So what is my trade process is on the daily. Once price has reached your area of interest, you got to zoom in into the H4 chart. Okay, you can see very clearly price pushed back up. Price came back to this daily resistance zone, this order block zone. Price even took out liquidity over here, resting just above this equal highs over here. And as I mentioned, my trade strategy is always looking for a sweep of liquidity first on the higher time frame, and then I'll look for entries either on a break of structure, etc. on the lower time frame. And this is what happened. Okay, price took out liquidity, formed resistance at 1945s, and then starting to push down. But I wasn't taking a short right here yet because there was a possibility that price is still in a bullish bias, because price on the H4 and on the daily chart itself has not broken structure. It was still intraday bullish, and so I have not taken any short. I wouldn't long over here as well because it is at key resistance. And even though price pushed up after this pullback over here, okay, which you could have taken this long, I did not like the idea of longing at resistance. So what I mentioned is, if when price hit the resistance area and the area of interest, look what happened. If you shorted over here, you would have been taken out yet again because price squeezed all the early shorters here. But look at this. On the H4, price after creating a new high came back down all the way down, breaking H4 structure. And this shows that there is a possibility that the trend is reversing from a bullish intraday perspective into a bearish intraday perspective, even breaking this H4 support zone over here. That is when I was looking for an entry right after this break of structure. Okay, so after a H4 break, I'm zooming in again to the H1 chart or the 15-minute chart. I would I would zoom it even further, either to the 5 to 15, but for just to show you guys how I took this trade, once price broke this structure over here, I was zooming in to the 5 minute. Okay, let me see, where is that area? Okay, this was the huge H4 break of structure over here. You just simply use a fib from high. Oops. The fib from the high to the low. I'm waiting for gold to pull back to at least the 0.5 or the 0.618 fib. And when you can see that, price pushed up all the way to the 0.618 area. I'm just building up points to build my bearish thesis. Just using a simple trend line. Price is also resisted at this area over here. So why I wanted to take this short was because price put back all the way to the 0.618 areas, resisted in prior daily resistance. As I mentioned, the 1944, 1945 was previous daily resistance. Okay, plus I then look for a break of structure. On this 5 minute, this was still pulling back. Okay, but after price formed a high, failed to hold above, and broke this 5 minute support over here, came back and resisted against it, that was my entry. And I took this short around here, 1944 areas. Okay, my stops was just above these highs at 1948, 1947, because if price push back up again, it means the pullback is not done and my trade invalidated. Okay, so that is how I entered in the 5 minute chart for gold. I held longer because zooming out the H1. Okay, as I mentioned, I was looking to short at least all the way down to the negative 0.27 extension from the fib, which is around 1929. Feeling this whole inefficiency over here, and because DXY was starting to turn bullish again, and that is why it gave me confidence to short over here. Okay, so I took this short all the way down. You can see price broke even this bullish trend line over here, broken, took this as resistance and a retest, went down even deeper to 1915s, but I did not take the full trade all the way down to 1915s. I closed it out around 1920s when price was around here. Took my whole profits because it was already about more than 200 pip trade and I did not want to be greedy, so I took my profits. Okay, so anyway, right now price is currently ranging since last Thursday, in this huge range from 1929s to the 1950s. Okay, this is a huge 150 pip range. I wouldn't be looking to take any trade within this range, but I'm anticipating price to push up higher a little bit more to take out all these stop losses resting above here, above the 1930s, hoping to get, let's say, a push up to around the 1935, 1936 areas again, because zooming back out to the daily chart, remember I look for entries only when price sweeps liquidity, which is this huge range over here. I want it to sweep liquidity, plus this was the daily FVG, the daily fair value gap over here between 1929 to 1937. So I'm looking to take a short anywhere around here. And again, similar to how I took this short over here, I want to look for either a H1 or H4 break of structure. If price slowly chucks up, down, up. When price retests this area, of course, I'm not looking to short here yet. I want price to break structure first. This was previous support. Okay, once broken this structure, I want to look at the retest areas, either here, and then I would look to short this area over here. Okay, that is how I want to look for my entries. I want to look for a break of structure during the lower time frame and at a higher time frame resistance. Okay, so watch out for these areas around 1935, 1938. That is where I want to take my next shot on gold. So if you like this video, do check out my socials, do join my Telegram group if you like to know more of my analysis on different charts. I mainly cover gold, pound USD, euro USD, and of course DXY itself. And you know, of course, do give me a like and share this video if this video helped you out. And yeah, remember, the markets are always here, but your capital may not. Peace.